Guelph has a great reputation, but more and more people are quietly packing up and moving out. And if you're thinking about making the move to Guelph, then it's really important to know both the good and the bad. In this video, I'm going to break down the most common complaints that locals have and what finally pushed them to make the move. And make sure to stick around until the last point because it's one that might actually surprise you quite a bit. Healthcare in Guelph is simply falling behind. The city has grown enormously in population over the years, and there's only one hospital that services all of the city, and the demand has just simply outgrown the current hospital. ER wait times are crazy at certain times of the year. On a good day, it's probably going to be at least 5 or 6 hours. And yes, there has been a $21 million expansion, but it only covers certain types of services. And in terms of a brand new hospital, while there has been talk about it, there's been no approved funding or timeline for it yet. Many people are choosing to move to a city like Hamilton if they're looking for faster care, or they have chronic conditions or urgent situations where they need to be at a hospital more often. The current hospital offers basic services, and if you need any sort of advanced care, you're probably being sent out of town. The commute and traffic just aren't what they used to be in Guelph. The city has exploded in the past couple of decades, and that's obviously going to bring a lot more people to the area, but infrastructure just hasn't quite kept up. You have major roads like Highway 6 North and South, which are going to be packed at the busiest times of the day, and getting around downtown is harder than ever. When a city has exploded in population like Guelph has, naturally it's going to be a huge change for people that grew up there. There are just so many more people. Getting in and around the city is not as easy as it used to be, and Guelph is becoming a more traditional mid-sized city, and that you're going to have to plan for at least another 15, 20, sometimes 30 minutes to get where you need to go. And if you're doing a commute out of Guelph on a daily basis, or even 3 or 4 times a week, and you're taking the GO train downtown, for example, that's an hour and a half, right, each way. And that doesn't include the time it takes to get to the station, to get to your office. And if you're going to be doing the drive, let's say you're going to a Mississauga or into Etobicoke, Vaughan, areas like that, that commute really starts to add up on a daily basis. People made the move to Guelph a few years ago thinking, well, I can handle this commute, but after a little while, it starts to wear on them and they just can't do it anymore. And for younger people or people who don't have a car, while the bus system is a lot better than it was 10, 15, 20 years ago, it's still not great, and it is hard to get around Guelph without a car. One of the reasons why people moved to Guelph was thinking that it would be much more walkable, but maybe they picked a neighborhood that's really not that walkable and doesn't have great bus service. It can feel quite isolating trying to get around Guelph when you don't have a car. 10 or 15 years ago, Guelph used to be a hidden gem in terms of prices, but nowadays it's edged a lot of first-time buyers out. Those first-timers looking for a detached home or even a townhome are finding that the prices just aren't as affordable as they used to be. If you're looking for a detached home in Guelph, the median price is now $860,000. If you're looking for a semi-detached, it's $750,000. A townhome's median price in Guelph, $725,000. And in terms of property taxes, they're super high. They're higher than areas like Milton, Kitchener, or Burlington, and they're going to be going up again soon. Some folks are just deciding to cash out and relocate somewhere with a little bit lower overhead and a little bit more value for their dollar. This one's quite surprising when I hear it, but it does happen a lot, especially people who moved to Guelph in the last 5 or 10 years. A lot of people move for the small town charm, but after a while, they just felt that it was too small. There's only one mall, the Stone Road Mall, or 2 if you consider the old Quebec Street Mall a mall, but it's quite small itself. So in terms of amenities like that, retail, it's just not exactly everything that they need within the city. And if you're someone who thrives on variety or action, for entertainment, you're either waiting for something to come to the Sleeman Center or you have to head down to Toronto. And in terms of culture and arts, while Guelph has a pretty decent music scene, it's not exactly a culture center or a destination in the way that Stratford is for theater, let's say, and it's definitely several orders of magnitude lower than anything that you're going to find in Toronto. And especially those who moved to the south end of Guelph, they were hoping that they could move to this more suburban type of area within Guelph. They could get that home and that space that they want with the great schools and still get the charm of small town living, but it's not quite that. You really need to live closer to the downtown core to be able to get that, to live on the north side. So those people that have bought in the south end of town, they just don't feel that connection to the community and the culture and the life of Guelph that they thought they were going to, and that's making them pack up and leave. So where exactly are these people going? Well, it kind of depends on their situation. If they're looking for more affordability or they're looking for better healthcare access, they're probably going to a city like Hamilton. If they're a local that's lived in Guelph for a long time, they might be moving out to a Kitchener-Waterloo, or they might be going all the way to downtown Toronto if they're younger, looking for work and craving a little bit more action and not having to rely on a car. And those young professionals and young families that thought that they could handle the commute, well, they're moving back to the west end of the GTA. They're going back to Burlington, they're going back to Oakville, or they're going back to Mississauga. So I hope you found this video valuable. If you did, please just hit the like button below. It will help other people find content like this. And while you're at it, go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you're interested in more updates. And on this channel, I cover both sides of the story. And believe me, there are so many amazing things you need to know about Guelph. So if you want to find out what those are, then watch this video next. But before you go, if you're still feeling a little bit stuck or unsure about your next move, then you can find all my contact info in the video description below. You can book a one-on-one free consultation call with me at any time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.